Okay, now, Mom, this has happened the last couple of weekends. So when you get through with this here, you got to shut down your computer instead of just.
How do I, how do you
Okay.
do that?
Okay, down in the lower right-hand corner, you you have to click on that little window. And then there should be a menu. I think you do a right click in the lower right-hand corner. And there should be shut down or sign out down near the bottom of that list that pops up.
The lower right-hand corner?
Yeah, not of the Zoom screen, but the very low, the very bottom taskbar.
No, I don't see any window.
It's
No,
just,
just an
Window
icon.
yeah,
logo.
it's an
Icon.
icon. It's an icon that looks like a window with, four little window panes.
There's some kind of a red and blue thing here, but it says um, Copilot preview.
No,
Oh, no,
no.
that would be, did I say the right corner? I'm sorry, I meant the left corner. I gotta wake up.
Oh, oh,
The lower
yeah.
left
On the
hand
left
corner.
corner, I see the
Yeah,
window. Yeah.
yeah. You do a right click on that,
Uh-huh.
and I think near the bottom of that list, it'll say shut down or sign out.
Don't do it now, but
Yeah, don't do it now.
Oh, I did.
well,
Oh,
you're still
but
here.
you can cancel that, but that's where you shut down your computer.
Okay, how do I cancel that?
Just click somewhere else on the screen.
Yeah, because you haven't
Yeah,
left us
okay.
yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's what you do instead of just closing the laptop.
Hmm.
Because
Oh,
then it will eventually shut down, but then when you turn it back on it again, it'll say your device did not shut down correctly, and it'll want you to restart.
Hmm.
So do that.
oh. Mhm.
Okay, we're good.
Well,
Okay.
how are things at the clubhouse?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was very quiet today. There were only five of us playing cards. We usually have
Oh,
eight or 10 sometimes.
so that's
It
great.
was very quiet.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Huh,
Mhm.
that's great.
I
So you
made
had a nice
peanut
quiet
butter
day.
cookies. It was my turn to bring something to go with our coffee
Oh,
break. So I made peanut butter cookies yesterday.
Oh, peanut
And
butter
I don't,
cookies.
I, it was a lot of work and I was so exhausted.
oh,
Really?
I, I was on my feet for 2 hours.
oh
Making
no.
peanut butter
No,
cookies?
Doing
I,
all the crisscrosses with your fork?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do
I
you
made
roll them in a ball? I mean, the dough is really stiff. It's a very stiff.
Yeah, I made the dough in the morning because it said you should chill it for at least 3 hours or more.
Oh,
So I,
yeah.
I started again about 3:30. I guess it was about 2.5 hours. I was on
Yeah.
my feet because I did it like in three
Uh-huh.
batches and you
Oh
got to
boy.
do that crisscrossing with a fork to flatten them and
Well, I hope everyone appreciated that.
Yes.
well, yeah, because they really liked them. And this one woman who usually
Hmm.
doesn't even eat, she had three of them.
They are good. Those cookies
I said,
are
take some
good.
more, take some home if you want.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I already ate three. I'd better not.
How
Oh.
many batches did you make?
Just one batch, it
Uh-huh.
makes, depending on how big you make them, but I had
Mhm.
ended up with about 30, I think.
Oh, those are so good though because they're chewy and moist.
Yeah, they're soft and chewy and
Yeah, and peanut butter is just such a good cookie flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
really
funny
good.
thing was, this other woman, for some reason, brought in a package of store-bought cookies that were oatmeal raisin. And she put
Oh,
them on that table in the kitchen for our snack. Well, this Evelyn, who has dementia, went into the kitchen with her walker. She doesn't go anywhere without her walker, even
Right.
yeah.
a few steps. And apparently, well, it's been said that people can, anything that's on that table is up for grabs. Like if you want
Oh,
it,
yeah.
extra things left over from a party, they'll leave them on the table, and that means that anybody who wants them can use them, and they do.
Yeah.
You know. But Jen shouldn't have put that package of cookies on that table because when we went to
Mhm.
our break, she said, "Where are my cookies?"
Uh-oh.
And we couldn't find them. And then
Oh,
somebody was walking around and the looked at that walker and they could see a package of cookies in the bag that hangs there, you know.
She took the whole
oh,
package?
I guess
oh,
Evelyn went in there and put the cookies in her bag on her walker because she thought that was, you know, up, anybody could take anything you put on the table. So it was funny.
wow.
Oh, boy.
Well, I remember this was,
Well,
I think a year or so ago, I did the same thing. I brought a package of Wegmans chocolate chip cookies and put them on that table, not thinking. And when we went to get them, you know, at our break, they were gone.
yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna,
People walk through there all the time.
oh yeah, if they know that's the up for grabs table, I'll be
Yeah,
like, oh, somebody didn't want them, I'll take them.
yeah.
Mhm.
So we just didn't have any cookies that time.
Oh, well.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Well, we went over to see Summer and Colton and Ashley this afternoon.
uh-huh.
So I asked Summer if she had any extra eggs, and she said she had 2 extra dozen in the fridge. And so we went for a drive over there and to get some eggs and chatted with them for a while. And Colton had made a big fort for out of cardboard boxes
Oh,
or see if
Oh,
I have a picture of this. He made a big fort for Sullivan.
outside?
And no, it's
he made it for Sullivan or Wyatt?
he made it for Wyatt, I meant to say. Okay, let me see if I can show you this picture. I have to. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's like a giant cardboard
Oh,
box.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he can get in that. Colton can fit in there with him too.
Oh,
Wow.
And I mean, this is kind of hard to see this, but that's a picture of him in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He's got a
Yeah.
light. I mean, he's got a light in there.
Oh,
a
my
light.
gosh.
Wow.
So Colton put a light in there. It's a little stick-on light,
Uh-huh.
and it actually comes with a remote control. So he was playing with that and
So
showing me that.
what room is that in their
That's
house?
his bedroom. And
Oh,
Summer's like, oh yeah, another fort that I can't clean around. I have to clean around it, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but he loves those so much. And then we went over to see Ashley, and she put this on Facebook too. I just noticed as I opened up my laptop a minute ago. About 10 years ago, these friends of ours gave Dominic and I for Christmas one of those 4D puzzles. It's where you do the puzzle. It's of New York City, Manhattan, New York City. It's a
Oh,
flat
God.
puzzle, and then there's another foam puzzle that goes on of it that's sort of like the island of Manhattan that's raised up, and then there's little compartments in it that you have to find them and pull this little box out, and there's little buildings that are replicas of actual buildings in Manhattan.
Oh,
So you
Wow.
build this whole thing. And so if you can, it's on Facebook too, but here is a picture of it.
Oh, wow. I'll have to look.
And what you do is you have a puzzle that's all the blue water, and you do that flat puzzle first. Then that outline of the island of Manhattan is raised up. Then you put that together, and then you put the buildings together.
like rebuilding Manhattan.
It's for age 14 and up.
Oh,
Okay, it's for adults basically. And Dominic and I never did it. So I gave it to Ashley about 2 years ago because I thought Danny might like to do it. I didn't think Noah and Seth would be interested in the puzzle, but Danny's pretty brainy kid, so I sent it over there, and they never had gotten into it. But it was up in a closet, in the laundry room, way up high on a shelf. And all of a sudden, a few days ago, he started saying to his mother, New York City 3D puzzle, New York City 3D puzzle. And he kept
wow.
pointing to it. And she was like, oh, you can't want to do that. That's going to be too hard to do. But he kept saying it over and over again. So she got it down and they looked at it and they started working on it. So she thought, well, we'll go ahead and we'll start on the basic puzzle, the base of it, which is all the pieces are the same shape. They're really little and it's all blue ocean. So most of the pieces are blue.
Yeah.
And it took them several hours. She said he was so interested in doing that. So they started working on that and he was putting it together and they worked on it till like 1 o'clock in the morning
Oh, wow.
on Friday night. And then they worked on it a lot yesterday and got the island piece done. And when I went over there today, they had about half the buildings done. Of course, she was helping him with that part of it because you have to look on the bottom of the little building and it's got a number on it. And then you got this, they give you a big chart this big that shows where every building goes. And so then you got to find that corresponding number on the map and pull this little foam piece out, and then the building fits right into it. And they've been working on that, and it looks like it's about done, I guess. But you can see, I mean, that's 3 different layers. And
Wow.
it's even got bridges on the water.
The bridges, that's a lot, and like docks, that's a lot of water. I
Right.
mean, a lot of buildings.
Oh, it was like 900 pieces. The puzzle is 900 pieces.
Oh, my gosh.
God.
And it's for age 14 and up. Okay.
And you gotta have a place to leave it, to work
It's not a
on.
multi-table.
Yeah.
So they'll leave it together for a while. But it came with this paper that was, about this big, and it has 10 or 15 other cities. And you can buy puzzles just like that for like Barcelona and Washington, D.C. and Paris. And
Wow.
you can buy these puzzles that are 4D puzzles for those cities. So we're sitting there, and Ashley, when Dominic and I came in, he got distracted from doing the puzzle, but Ashley kept working on it a little bit. And so we saw him working on it for a little bit. And then he got that piece of paper and he opened up his iPad to Google Earth. And he started locating all of those other cities where you can buy a 4D map. And like it said, Shanghai. Well, he knows where Shanghai is. He found it on Google Earth and he's not typing it in. He just locates it.
Yeah.
And all these other cities and that he already knows all the locations for, he can find them on Google Maps immediately just because he knows where they are. So he did all that while we're sitting there.
How old is this? Is this one 4? Is he 4 years old?
4.
Wow.
So that's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
This puzzle, and it's hard. I mean, Dominic and I never did it because it just looked like it was going to take forever to do, and they've done it in 3 days. Because he wakes up in the morning and he just wants to work on it all day long, all day long.
Yeah.
Did they get all the buildings placed on it?
Let me ask her if it's done.
Can you imagine being that enthusiastic about your job when you're 40 years old?
I
I
know,
don't want to stop working. I have to finish. I want to finish.
I know. And he gets so focused on things. And the last time I babysat him a couple weeks ago, we just worked on puzzles all afternoon.
Mm,
Um, and they actually just said, yep, it's all done. The whole thing is done. They just
wow.
started it Friday afternoon when she got home from work, like
Wow.
9 o'clock at night. He gets
Wow.
obsessed about wanting to finish something and do something.
Oh,
Like when
Like
she
to
that's
do,
good.
he
Rather
doesn't get
than
bored with it.
starting things and leaving them and,
I know.
um,
I always end up hurting my neck and my back,
Oh yeah.
hunkered
Well, he's
over
little, you know.
yeah, trying to finish a puzzle. We used to do them.
Oh, when he gets so excited, when he gets something done all together, he starts jumping up and down and waving his arms, and he's so excited because he got it done.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just had to share that because
yeah,
it's
wow, that's,
kind of crazy.
yeah. Joanne, I could, your voice was very faint. I could hardly hear you. I can hear Janet real good.
Let me see. I'm on my tablet and have my headphones in. Is that any better?
Yeah,
No,
you do kind of sound like you're a little far away.
yeah,
Let me get rid of these headphones.
Hear me now?
oh, yeah,
Oh, now it's really loud.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. There's only three of us today, so I thought I could do it on my tablet compared to my computer.
Oh,
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Mom, today's the big fancy Pebble Beach, California car show.
oh.
Yeah.
So we're streaming, they've got it like a live stream TV show kind of a thing, not on, you have to go to the special website to watch it. So Chris is watching that out in the living room and I've got it on my laptop here. It's kind of fun to see.
Oh, I know.
We went for a little drive this morning in the Ferrari to celebrate the Pebble Beach car show.
Oh,
I went to that link, Joanne, and how do I watch it on that link?
If you just do a Google search for Pebble Beach Concours Live 2024, it's on YouTube. YouTube will come up.
Because that link you sent me earlier today, okay, there it is. Now I got it. Oh yeah, these cars are amazing. Dominic went to a big car show yesterday. They had like 400 cars.
Wow.
I didn't go because I don't know, I woke up with a headache. Well, I didn't wake up with a headache yesterday, but I got a headache when we were doing our instant message yesterday.
Mm.
And then I got a phone call from a friend of mine who that phone call ended up being 2.5 hours.
Yikes.
It's a long story, but she wanted my advice on a nonprofit organization, and it just got to be a very long conversation. It was a really good conversation, but when it was done, I was like, I gotta go. I hadn't eaten yet. I gotta go get something.
Mm.
And then I felt
oh,
better.
that was, yeah.
Mm.
But and then I was trying to see what was happening, what was going on with my neighbor when she fell.
Oh, right.
I gotta
Oh, one of those old ladies?
Yes, let me show you what happened. She she called us at 1:30 in the morning
Oh, my gosh.
Friday night, but I had my phone by my side of the bed, but the connection is not the best in my bedroom because of these old plaster walls, and it's like the
Well,
farthest.
you were asleep by then, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was asleep. But where our bedroom is, it's the furthest part in the house from the Wi-Fi router. And she said she called me. I didn't hear my phone ring. It just went right to voicemail. So she left me a voicemail. So when I got up at 7:30 yesterday morning, I saw this voicemail on my phone, and it was her. And she said, "Hey Janet, I've fallen, and could Dominic take me to the ER?"
Mm.
And so we didn't get that till the morning. So then we tried to call her, couldn't get any answer. So I called the hospital. She wasn't at the hospital. Dominic got dressed and got in the car and went down to their house. and there was no sign of anybody being awake, although their car was there. And we know that these two ladies, they like to stay up till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then they sleep till 11.
Mm.
They didn't want to wake them up. So
Well,
he,
how'd they get to the hospital if their car was there?
she woke her sister, who was 84, and put her in the car, and they both went to the ER. She drove, even though
Oh,
she had this massive injury on her head. And I'll show you what it looked like. You'll see a car up above it because I'm watching the car show. But there's her injury.
ow, that had to hurt. Oh man.
She's got,
Oh, right in the middle of her forehead?
right, she hit the windowsill. Her foot got tangled up in the sheets. She found that there was a bug on her pillow and it kind of freaked her out. And she got
Oh,
tangled in
Yeah.
the sheet and fell and hit her head on the windowsill. And she got 3 stitches. And she said her eyes, I asked her how she was a little while ago, and she said her eyes are worse.
Look at the TV. Sorry.
She has blood blisters. You can see her eyes, how she looks like she's got black eyes.
Black eyes.
She is twice as bad today, and blood
Oh
eyelids, and
my God.
she drove herself, Mom.
wow.
to the
How
ER.
far is it to the hospital?
Well, it's only a mile away. It's 1 mile. It's literally 1 mile. It's
So what's she doing to take care of herself? I mean, she got stitches, but
I know. I asked her, I said, so how are you feeling? Are you okay? And she said, well, I don't even have a headache. She said, it's sore and tender. She said, and she said, and I look like a monster, but I'm okay. I mean, I've asked her if she needed me to go to the store and get her anything or go shopping for her if she doesn't want to go out. And I chatted with her today, and she's hanging in there. She didn't send me another picture, but
wow.
Gee.
we would have taken her if I had woken up, but my phone didn't ring. It just went to voicemail. So
Mm.
it didn't wake me up. And I don't know what to do about that. But because we always tell them if you ever need us at any time. And there are a couple of times there's been emergencies, and Dominic's had to go over there and help him with things. So I don't know. It was just,
Well,
but we didn't really we didn't hear from her and get to see what she looked like until 11 o'clock because they had just woken up.
So
So-
Janet, they don't have internet. Their cell phone service is spotty, and they don't have a landline.
They used to have a landline. As a matter of fact, about a year ago, she bought a new landline telephone and she asked me to hook it up for her. So I did, and we tested it. But I tried calling the landline. It says the number's been disconnected. So they just didn't really, they didn't like, she said, we never use it. We just get robocalls on all the time. And it's like $35 a month for that landline. So they just had it canceled.
Yeah, but for an emergency.
I know. But she could have called 911. She called me.
Yeah.
She could have called 911, but she didn't want to do that. She just cleaned it all up and had, was holding a rag on it while she was driving in the middle of the night
Mm.
to the hospital. And so she said they got home about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Just look at the TV. Sorry, I'm telling Curtis there's a Ferrari on the car show right now.
Yeah, I'm watching it too.
1951.
I'm watching it too. Gorgeous cars. But anyway, so that was excitement, we had. And unfortunately, I mean, when she called and left the message, she didn't she didn't sound like confused or anything like that. Like, I didn't know she'd hit her head. I thought maybe she hurt her leg or something. She sounded very calm when she left us that message that she wanted to know if we would take her to the ER. So I figured it wasn't too serious, but it does look pretty serious to me.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those crazy things
yeah.
Mm.
that happens. So anyway,
Janet, I got a question for you.
oh, what?
I got this email from Storyworth,
Oh,
and I assume that you got it too?
well, I haven't checked my email in quite a few
It
hours, but
says, it's not too late to use your book credit to order your book for free. What do they mean? Book
Um,
credit?
okay, let me check my email and see if I got that email and see what they're talking about.
Says you still have an unused book credit. I don't know anything about any book credit.
Yes, I had that email. Let me look at that. Hi, Florence and Janet. It's been a while since your subscription ended, and we noticed you still have an unused book credit. Let me go on there and see what kind of a credit they're talking about.
You know,
I'll have to log on
well,
and
it says you can order your book for free.
um,
I don't understand that.
all right, let me look at it. Let me click on that and see what that says. Um, Log in. I don't know of any. I don't know of any credit. Um, Stoneworth, logged in users. Okay, I'm logged in. I don't see any little red dot or anything that says, hmm, uh, I don't see anything about, I mean, if I click on all storytellers, your book comes up and all the chapters, and you can edit it. I don't know, maybe they forgot that we already ordered it. They do
You
have,
ever hear anything about a book credit?
no. Okay, Florence is no longer receiving questions, 38 stories. Um, I'll look into that. They have a,
Well, look into it when you have more time.
I can email them with a question and they get right back to me and I can ask them. I don't see anything on here but a book credit, so. I don't know what that is.
If they want to give us a book free, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll see what that credit is.
No.
I have no idea what it is, but you know, you're a good paying customer, Mom.
Yeah, really.
No.
Yeah, because you ordered so many books. So um yeah. So I don't know what that is, but I will.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll send them an email and see what they say about a book credit. I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, they're not making it really obvious in the email or on
Mm,
out what this book credit is.
it's a hook.
It is, they want you to ask them and they're probably like, well, you have an unused book credit and it's you can get another book for half off or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, mhm.
They
Well, it says for free.
want you to contact them and start a conversation
Hmm.
so that they can maybe ask if you want to do another book or something.
No, thanks.
No, we've got a fantastic book.
One was enough.
Yeah. So Joanne, did you tell Mom about what happened to Curtis's foot?
Oh, yeah, how is his foot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how is his foot?
Fine. He's fine. After he showers, dries it off and puts some of this polysporin kind of
Yeah.
um, ointment on it, and then puts a big band-aid over it. And
Yeah.
Looks like it's healing okay. Okay.
yeah, it doesn't look like it's infected or anything.
Oh, that's good.
When does he get the stitches out?
7 to 10 days, which would be like Wednesday through Saturday, and he'll probably take them out himself
Oh,
because he's done that before.
oh,
So, Mom, you have a bright pink t-shirt on. Mine's kind of a pale lavender. Janet, what color is
Well,
yours?
mine isn't pink, it's lavender.
Oh, is it?
Mine
Yeah.
is like a very pale peach type of color.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort
Mine's
of
a real,
pinkish. I got pink earrings on.
oh,
Pink
I'm a
and
pale
black.
lavender. We got the Easter color email today.
Oh,
The Easter
Oh,
color
yeah.
notice.
yours looks more like an off-white to me.
Yeah, what color's
Mine?
your shirt?
It's a real,
Joanne,
mine's a real pale lavender.
oh, very pale, yeah.
Yeah.
But mine is definitely lavender, but it's a pretty, bright color.
And depending on the settings on your device, like to me, it looks more like an intense pink than a purple. But
Yeah.
anyway, we got the spring colors going.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though it's already August 18th.
I know it.
I can't believe.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy. It's going by, but are you having cooler temperatures up there, Mom, today?
Well, the temperature wasn't too bad, but the humidity was horrible. It poured
Oh,
rain
yeah,
in the
here
middle of the
too.
afternoon when we were
Oh.
playing cards over there. It was pouring so hard.
Yeah.
It only lasted about a half an hour, and then the sun came out, and the humidity is just awful.
oh,
Yeah. It's only 82 here, but the humidity is like, I start getting a little bit of condensation on the
mm,
on the windows,
wow.
like especially right where the air conditioning comes up and under that window.
Yeah.
So yeah, just cold on this side of the glass.
I am so sick of the heat and humidity. I want fall to come. It
Yeah.
can't.
I think about that and it's like, okay, come August, I'm so sick of the heat and the dryness here.
Oh,
I'm
Yes.
tired of it. And the bugs just thrive in this.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
they do. They
I,
do.
I feel like I wouldn't mind being in some place that's a little more humid?
just a little, not too much.
Yeah. I don't know where that would be. That it's just a little humid.
I don't know.
I
How are
don't
the
know.
grasshoppers?
Well, Curtis sprayed for them yesterday
Yeah.
with this bottle of stuff that you hook up the hose to it, the hose, and there's a nozzle on the bottle.
Oh right.
We actually did our neighbor's yard too, because she's, I guess, not able to do it by herself anymore. But her yard is just weeds, and somebody comes over like once a month and mows it down. But there are like Curtis said, there were like thousands of grasshoppers in her yard. So she doesn't have a hose outlet in her backyard. So he had to drape our hose over the fence, and he was able to get most of her backyard. But it's like you
Oh.
take a step on the grass or the sidewalk, whatever, and you see grasshoppers jumping up in all different directions.
Wow.
And so he got,
Oh, that
they're
sounds so creepy.
coming to our yard to eat because we have greenery. So he got her front yard and backyard, then he got our backyard. Even our backyard doesn't have any grass. It has some plants, but it's mostly bark.
Oh, say hello, Tony.
Oh,
Oh, there's Tony.
He's at my feet wanting to be petted.
Hi,
Are his
Tony.
eyes, are his eyes really that green? Are they green or are they
Yes.
gold?
They're green.
Oh, how handsome.
He's been a bad boy.
Uh-oh.
What did he do?
He peed on the couch Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He told-
no.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt your story, but he was just at my feet annoying me, and so I picked him up.
Oh, geez.
But
Anyway,
He
Curtis,
hasn't done it again, has he?
no, he hasn't. And I talked to Ashley about it, and she said, "Oh, it could be anything. Cats can have like a behavioral thing, or it could be some other cat that he's seeing outside, and there has been another cat that's been around, or it could be he's just mad at you for some reason."
or he could have an infection.
Right. And actually, I had not given him his treatment for fleas, ticks, and ear mites, the Revolution stuff you put on the back of their neck. I hadn't given that to him in quite a few months because he didn't seem to need it.
Uh-huh.
But I had kind of noticed he was like shaking his head a little bit. So I'm thinking his ears.
Mm.
Gave him some Revolution on Friday, and I'm waiting for that to take effect. Hopefully, I'm certainly sure it's taking effect right now. It's pretty fast. But
Mhm.
he is kind of being bothered by something in his left ear, and so if that continues, I'll be taking him to the vet this week. But getting cat urine out of a couch. I asked Ashley what I should do, and she said, "Well, you can wash the couch cover, but which I unzipped it and took it off. But the cushion is like foam, and then it has really thick batting around it, and then it has another layer of stuff around it. So it's a really nice cushion. And you can't throw it in the washing machine or anything because it's so big. There's just two cushions on the couch.
That's big.
So a big bottle of peroxide, a whole box of baking soda, and a tablespoon of Dawn detergent.
Hmm.
Pour the whole thing over the cushion and soak it, and then let it dry. It could take a couple days.
Yeah.
So what you got
I,
there?
I use this stuff called, it's probably backwards, Nature's Miracle.
No, it's forwards. Okay,
Okay.
you write that down. I need to have something like that.
This was recommended to me by a vet tech some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in a spray bottle, but it's a good sized bottle. This is
And it's
Yeah.
for the odors, huh?
stain and odor remover just for cats. This is Nature's Miracle just for cats.
Oh,
Okay. I will look
Um,
into that because I used to have something like that like 10 years ago, and I used it up and I never bought it again. I didn't need it, I guess. So, um,
Does it really work good, Joanne?
yes, I have one of those soft-sided cat carriers.
mhm.
It's comfortable for the kitty. Well, except if your kitty's going to pee in it every time they have to go to the vet. So
My
my
cat pees and poops in the cat carrier every time he goes to the vet. Both.
So I just use the hard carrier now and put a towel in there, and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
But this technician told me, like, my cat peed inside the carrier. So she said, take this Nature's Miracle, spray it, soak it, saturate it with this stuff, and let it dry, and like put it out in the sunshine if you can
Yeah.
to let it dry. And it worked great.
Well, okay. So I'm going to get some of that, but we went ahead and did Ashley's recommendation and poured that
Yeah.
all over the cushion yesterday. We did it out there on the big wagon with the in the over the gravel. And then we put it on the back porch overnight. And it was not supposed to rain today, and it was beautiful and sunny. And so Dominic put it out in the sun.
Right.
Then we went to visit the kids, and we had a monsoon while we were
Oh
gone.
no.
The whole cushion is really soaked.
Well, do you think it'll dry out eventually?
Yes, it will dry out eventually, and you can see it dripping out of the cushion.
Oh God.
I know, I know. And it's a giant cushion because this is a full length couch that only has two cushions on the seating area, so they're very big.
Yeah.
So it's got to really dry out now. And so we're just going to leave it on the back screened porch and let it for a couple of days and let it dry out. And I washed the couch cover, which is a very nice thick upholstery material, in detergent and some baking soda, and that's hanging up drying. That is dry, that's ready to go. But it also soaked down into the base of the couch. You know,
Come on.
springs up,
Oh,
it's on top of the underneath part. It's soaked into that too, so I also had to treat that. So we had a fan on that. I mean,
has he ever peed inappropriately previously?
well, about 6 months ago, Dominic laid down on that couch and he said, "Uh-oh, this cushion smells like cat pee." And I smelled it, and he must have peed on it sometime when we weren't home and we didn't know
Right.
about it. We always sit in our recliners. The couch is
Right.
like We don't really ever sit there. Must have happened when we were on vacation or something. Maybe he was mad. I don't know. He gets a little grumpy for the first couple of days that we're gone, according to our cat sitter. Then he was all over her.
Or it could be anxiety.
I know it could be a behavioral thing. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So as she said, when you go on vacation now, either take those cushions off the couch and put them somewhere else, and then put aluminum foil down,
Right. They don't like foil.
and he will stay off that. Of course,
Right.
he won't go somewhere else and pee. Or she said, what about his cat litter? And actually, I've been using the same Arm & Hammer lightweight odorizer cat litter for years, but I went to buy some before we were going on vacation in June to come to New York, and they didn't have it. So I bought another kind that's unscented, lightweight
Mm-hmm.
cat litter, and I mixed it in with what I had left over the other stuff. So I don't know. He doesn't really use the litter box a whole lot. And in the summertime, he goes out a lot. So we figured he's just going outside, but maybe he had to go and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It's weird though, because the day he peed on the couch, Dominic was up, he fed the cat went outside like he does every morning. He came back in again. Then he went up on the couch. Dominic was sitting right there in the living room, and he saw him scratching around and saw him pee on the couch.
Hmm.
So here's another, perhaps, here's a theory. I have a routine with him. I get up in the morning. Dominic usually wakes up before me. And then when I get up, Dominic might let him out and he'll go out for a while and come back in. But then when I get up, I feed him the canned food.
Oh.
I have a routine. Okay. Well, about a week ago, Dominic started doing that. I had a bad night one night and I didn't get up till like 8:30, and the cat was hungry. And so he fed the cat. So then he just kind of started doing that. But then when I got up, he expected me to feed him too. And I stopped because he already had a canned food.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was getting mad at me because I wasn't feeding him like I normally do. So I told Dominic, I said, okay, don't feed him the canned food anymore. You just give him a little dry food. And then when I get up, I'll go back to feeding him the canned food. I mean, it could be something as silly as that. I don't
Yeah.
know. As she said, yeah, maybe he's just mad at you because you're not feeding him in the morning now.
Well, it's a change of routine, which can cause, again, anxiety, but you do want to, and it happens again. You want to make sure he doesn't have like a bladder infection or
Yeah,
something.
and I probably, because he's going outside all the time and not using the litter box, I
Yeah,
can't
you
tell
don't
if he's
know.
going or not. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But he's eating normally, he's acting normally, everything else about him is absolutely normal. And he hasn't done it again. So,
It's hard to know.
Yeah.
but I do think there is something going on with his ear, and I'm hoping the Revolution will take care of that. But like in the next couple of days, if it doesn't seem like it's cleared up, because he kind of like won't let me scratch around or touch that ear. So,
Hmm.
and he hasn't been to the vet in a year and a half, so he probably is due for. He just hates it so bad, and like I said, just like your cat, he will pee and poop in the cat carrier and howl. He gets
Mm.
very mad.
When I took that Charlie, our front porch cat, to the vet,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
took a 20-minute drive over to the animal shelter, 20-minute drive. He meowed maybe twice.
Oh.
He was very quiet.
Aw, what a
I
good
tell you
kitty.
that I called the shelter on Thursday evening just to see if I could find out what was going on with him.
Mhm.
And she said,
I
when
wondered.
I went there, they forgot to tell me that they have to do a 3-day hold to see if anybody's looking for him.
Oh,
So
oh,
he would have been on their lost and found page, which I neglected to look
oh.
at. But then she said Thursday evening, she said, okay, Friday he's scheduled he's ready to get on the surgery schedule, for his neuter.
Oh, okay.
And nothing definitive about where he might end up. But
They don't
that's
know.
when they do an assessment. They'll look at his teeth, which I think are very healthy, but
Yeah.
also do blood work and looking for diabetes and FIV.
Oh, right. They need to do all those lab tests and see if his health.
Yeah.
So he's
But he could
going to
end up
be
he could end up as a barn cat, or I think he could be an indoor cat. It would
Sounds like it.
just take some time, you
Yeah,
know.
it sounds like it because sounds
So
very acclimated to people.
mhm.
And he's so cute.
He practically sat on my lap last weekend. So
Yeah.
he's still not on their adoptable cats page today, but it's a Sunday, so they have
Right.
50 adoptable cats.
I have
And
heard that all the shelters are just overflowing.
Oh, yeah, they are in the Syracuse area.
And you know what they're saying here at our Humane Society? They're saying adoptions are down in the area, and they don't know exactly why that is, but it seems to be, I mean, they're getting a lot of cats, but it seems like adoptions are down for some reason.
Well,
And
lots of cat food
the
and
cost
all
of cat
that stuff
food and vet
people are.
bills, yeah, that could be it.
this animal shelter has 139 found cats and dogs. They have
Wow.
pictures of them. They're at the shelter.
Oh,
Now they have a couple of locations across the street. The biggest one is the one that's close to us, about 20 minutes from us.
yeah. Wow. Well, I follow our Foothills Humane Society here on Facebook, and whenever they have adoptions, they take pictures, and then once a week they post like 5 pictures of 5 pets being adopted. They have, you know, cats and dogs.
Yeah.
I haven't really noticed too many of those adoption stories, but
Well, maybe tomorrow. I thought I'd call again maybe Wednesday and see what the scoop is with him.
Mhm.
I kind of miss him, you know? He's,
Yeah.
he's on my front porch on the couch every single morning waiting for me to feed him.
Well, he's a really pretty cat. I think black and white, I think tuxedos are, that's a popular coloring,
Mhm.
you know?
I gotta say, it only took about a day and a half, maybe 2 days, for all the other cats in the neighborhood to sense or to realize that Charlie wasn't around. Because there's a lot of other cats who have a tipped ear, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
So more of them are coming back to my house. And Stanley and Evelyn, my two regulars, the longest ones, they're coming more often
Well,
to eat.
because he wasn't neutered, so he might have been bossy.
Yeah. Stanley's not neutered either, but he's been around like 3 years.
Yeah.
So the other cats in the neighborhood know him. Charlie wasn't part of any other group, of cats. Like
He's probably got a
one
good
night,
personality. Maybe he's just friendlier, you know?
one night this week, I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, not sleeping, and I looked at the video on the front porch, and there were 3 cats on the front porch at like 2 a.m. And
Oh,
I have a water dish out there, no food. They can probably smell that the food was there, but they've been around for a long time. I hadn't seen the three of them together for months, since like the spring.
and did they wait all night long and for
No,
the food in the morning?
no, they were just hanging out together. You could tell that they were friendly and hung out for 3 or 4 minutes and then wandered off.
That's
Yeah.
that's so cute.
Oh,
Well, you're doing a good thing, Joanne, because at least the cat is in the shelter, so he's not out in the elements, possibly getting hit by a car or something.
right, or lapping up antifreeze or whatever.
Oh,
You
I
know,
know.
we have an occasional fox around here, or getting some horrible disease. We have hawks in the neighborhood all the time. We're right near a canal kind of waterway, and there's a lot of hawks. So,
Yeah. Um, the two sisters that lived, the one that just cut her face open, she called me last week and she said that they had a coyote in the middle of the afternoon
oh God,
walking across their yard.
wow.
Coyotes are not typical. They don't have to be nocturnal. They will be out,
Oh, really?
yeah, because they're looking for food to feed their kits,
Oh,
babies.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. And I mentioned that to Summer and Colton today, and Colton said that they had 2 coyotes in their yard.
Watch
But,
out for your small children and your cats and your small dogs,
oh,
you know?
and they have two cats. They call them porch kitties because they kind of live under the porch and they feed them on the porch, but they're like, kind of feral. But they,
Hmm.
it helps to keep down the rodents and stuff around the house.
Hmm.
Any new developments about their dog?
No, they
Still have it.
still have the dog. The dog is still staying downstairs. When they're downstairs, I mean that's where the boys' bedrooms are, and that's where there's a mom, you remember what it looks like. There's a door that opens up out to the backyard from downstairs, and so the dog has gotten used to doing that, and they're continuing.
But does he have any much contact with?
Oh yeah, Colton goes down there and walks him and lets him go out in the yard and run around in the morning and then in the evening when Wyatt's not there. And
Mhm.
Well, how is Wyatt's lip where he got bitten?
it's red. You can see it. It's like a jagged, like almost a whole W upside
Oh,
down. And it's red and it is healing though. It's healing really good. It's not raised up or anything. It's just like this red line. And he's 5. I mean, it's gonna heal and blend in, but it's like, I mean, they did a good job of sewing it up, and the plastic surgeon said that he did a good job. And so they might go back to him and see later, but it'll be interesting, when he grows up and he's a guy, so he'll have a mustache. He might want a mustache sometime. It might
Mhm.
up the hair growth or something.
Oh, right.
I don't really know.
Hmm.
Maybe it'll be just fine because he's so young. It's not like it happening when you're an adult and it's different.
Do you think he has any like fear of dogs now in general?
No, Wyatt doesn't have a fear of dogs, so they have to watch him like a hawk. He
Yeah.
he doesn't have any fear. No, he knows. He'll say, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love Remy. Remy didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to do it."
Oh,
So, it's I don't know what they're going to do because they've had a couple people interested in it and then they changed their mind because they said they decided, they talked to other family members and they said, well, if this dog has bit somebody in the face already, we don't want him.
I know. And what kind of a dog is he again?
He is
A
a
lab?
very expensive pedigree lab that
Oh
they spent
gosh.
$2,000 on and drove to Kentucky to get him. He wanted a good lab to be a bird dog for his duck hunting.
Hmm.
And Remy is a good bird dog, but they
But I mean, how do you do with him when he's not bird hunting? You know, if you can't keep him in the house around the
oh, no,
kids.
he's just, I mean, labs are great pets. I had labs with the kids growing up.
Oh yeah, labs are generally good dogs,
Yeah,
but once a dog bites somebody,
exactly. Exactly. And then the problem is, and this can happen with purebred dogs, I don't think you really know what you're getting these days because she has skin problems and she has um, a hip problem and
oh
limps a little
no,
bit. So she can't really be a good bird dog anymore because she's got this hip problem. She's in pain.
Oh no.
You could do surgery on it and it's like $4,000.
how old is the dog?
3.
Oh, to have hip problems already, that's on the breeder. That is on the breeder.
That's what I told Colton in summer. I said, it sounds to me like this dog maybe wasn't maybe there is a breeding issue, but labs are prone to this too. Like we had labs when the kids were growing up, and labs would get this hip dysplasia problem. They're known for getting it, but not till they're like 10 and they're older.
Right.
But this dog got it. It started
Well,
coming
I
out.
mean, it's like,
Yeah,
I'm just suspect of dog breeders to begin with. It's like, please just go to your shelter and get a mutt. You
that's what I
know?
told them. I said because they're going to get a dog again whenever. I mean, they are going to find a home for this dog, and then they're going to get another dog, and it will be a mixed breed because those are the best dogs
They
actually.
are, they're the healthiest.
They're the healthiest and good temperaments if you get a good mix of the breed, but they're going to wait until Wyatt's like 10 years old. because Wyatt is the problem. And I don't know, this is just my opinion. I don't think Summer and Colton did everything they could to keep the dogs and the child separated because they got this dog when she was 2 months old and Wyatt was 2. So they kind of grew up together. And you can really play rough with a little puppy and they don't care. They're just
Yes,
roll
sharp
with it.
teeth.
But Wyatt got to where he was just always playing that particular way, which I think was a little bit rough with the dog. And
Mhm.
I mean, every time I went over there, they would be like, "Stop teasing the dog, Wyatt, stop teasing the dog."
Oh,
And if you read up on that, when your dog loves you and you love the dog and the kid's playing with him, but the dog gets up and walks away, that's when you do not chase after the dog. That means the dog is heading off and you let him go.
right.
And there's other things, like I was talking to Becky about this when we were there in June. And she said that when she had her 2 border collies and she had George, she kept them manually separated most of the time because she didn't trust the dog. Because you can't trust kids to behave around a
Yeah,
Right.
especially when they're 2 years
with
old.
Wyatt. Wyatt plays rough and he likes to play rough. And that's why he got bit because the dog was sleeping on the couch and he went up to it and went like that and started messing with it. And they were on vacation and Remy just had it.
That's too bad.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think they could have done a better job with keeping the 2 of them apart. Because, like I said, every time we went over there was at least one point when I heard them say, "Stop doing this. Leave the dog alone. Leave the dog alone." They should have put the dog in a crate or in another room.
Yeah.
And they tried, but Wyatt was just kind of not really, little kids are impulsive. They don't obey all the time.
Right. So they should have waited till he was a little older.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Summer now says, "Oh yeah, this was supposed to be." Colton wanted the dog to grow up with Wyatt so they could be best buddies because that's what Colton remembers. That when he was a kid, Colton doesn't remember that when we got our black lab, Colton was 9.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference.
Oh yeah, when we got the dog. I mean, I was busy with 3 kids. I didn't want to get a dog that I would have to then take care of too. So we waited till the kids were older so that
Sure. It's like having another child,
oh yeah.
an alien child.
So we had to wait. I mean, I
Mhm.
think they could have waited. Colton was really, really, really wanting a bird dog. He was really wanting a lab, a nice lab, and he did. He had good heart, good intentions. But Wyatt he's just kind of a rough kid.
Well, live and learn. The
Yeah,
whole family.
I mean, Colton is not trying to keep the dog. He totally understands that this is what's going to happen. The dog's going to find a new home. They just have not had success with it yet. So Summer's being patient about it, but
Yeah.
they are keeping them completely separated, you know.
Huh.
So
yeah, you can't risk
fine. He
having
doesn't,
it happen again.
yeah. I mean, Wyatt, he started kindergarten last week and he's doing really well. And he loves his teacher. He was talking to me about that today, so that's kind of fun.
Well, that's fun.
Is it an all-day kindergarten?
Yeah, he goes from 8 o'clock to 2:30.
Mhm.
And Summer says when she picks him up in the afternoon, he is exhausted.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's a long day for a 5-year-old.
5-year-old, it is kindergarten. Yeah. And Milo's doing really well in school. And he's in this new school, this magnet school, and he's got all these amazing courses that he's getting to take. Joanne, he is in 6th grade.
Hmm.
And let me just tell you what his options are in this magnet school. He is going to be taking design and modeling, video game coding,
Oh my God.
art, and career education. Isn't that amazing? And she-
Wow. Career education, is that to like help him understand what he really likes and what it takes to learn more
Yes.
about that?
To
Yeah.
make it a career, educating
Yeah.
him on different careers. And he really likes video games, and he has already designed his own video game, and he's drawn
Wow.
pictures. So he's interested in art because he likes to draw. And Warren can draw pretty well. He did a lot of that when he was younger, so he kind of got that, inherited that, I think, from Warren. But
It sounds like a great school.
oh, this school is fantastic. But here's the good news is that Milo was doing so well that they're going to mainstream him for most of his classes, which means
Oh.
general population of the school, and he will move from room to room for the different classes.
Mhm.
Except for one or two classes, he had like a home room, and that's like the room where the other special education kids are. But the teacher said he's been in school for a week and a half, and she had a meeting with Amy, and she said Milo is bored. He's actually going around and helping the other kids.
Wow.
So he's bored. This is not enough for him. He needs to go mainstream some classes. So
Is he bigger than other kids his age?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's in sixth grade, but he's like 5'2".
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
tall. He looks older than he is. In fact,
Yeah.
a
Oh,
couple of the other kids in his class, and one of the other kids in this class was like half his size, and he was his age 11.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's a big kid, so this will be good. He's excited about doing it, and he loves the school. And I like to
Good. That's great.
wear a uniform. I mean, it's basically different colors. They can wear different, like a navy blue, a white, a khaki, a black, or a red shirt. And the same
Mhm.
with the bottoms. It has to be one of those colors. So, and every kid gets a lanyard with a photo ID, and they have to wear it every day.
Wow. That's for security, right?
That's for security, and all the sixth graders get a red lanyard, and all the seventh graders get a green lanyard, and all the eighth graders get a black lanyard. And you're
Wow.
in charge of wearing it. And they have metal detectors when you walk in the school, and there is an armed police officer in the school. And
Yeah.
it's really top security and identification. So the teachers can see any kid with their lanyard on. And if you lose it, they make you another one right away, but it costs you $5.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
it's good security,
yeah.
So if somebody in the school is not shouldn't be there because they don't have their lanyard.
So it's not like it's a secure building, like they have to wipe it in front of okay.
But they do have a metal detector that they move. It's sort of shaped like a U, and then it's got this thing that they can lift it up, and it's on wheels, and they can move it around to different entrances.
Oh, yeah.
There's two main entrances where the kids go in and out, and it'll be at one or the other in the morning, and there's no schedule, so it's random, so you never know where it's going to be at, and you have to.
Oh. Mm.
That's good security,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful school.
Boy, schools have changed so much, haven't they?
Yeah. Is it very far from home from where they live, Janet?
No, it's about 10 minutes.
Oh.
But apparently it's a really hard school to get into. You have to be like, when she was talking to one of her friends she was doing her hair, that he was going to be going to Fisher. She said, "Oh, your child's going to Fisher? Wow, he must be really smart."
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's you have to apply to get in the school, but it is
Wow.
for by the state. It's a public school.
Mm.
They don't have bus service, so everybody has to
Mm.
and drop off.
Mm.
Amy is the bus service for the two of them.
No bus service for that school. But Amy's really busy because she takes both the kids in the car in the morning and takes Milo to his school. He's got to be there. School starts a little later too. He doesn't he doesn't be in his homeroom till 8:30, and they have school till 3:30. But so Amy said that's kind of nice in the morning. We have a little bit extra time than we do with the other school. So she drops him off, then she goes home. Then at 11 o'clock, she goes back out again to take Ellie to preschool. And then she can go to the salon, which is like 5 minutes away, and she can work for 2.5 hours. Then she's got to go back to Ellie's school and pick up Ellie, and then go to Milo's school and get in line and pick him up. And then they get home at about 4:15 or 4:30.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a busy day of driving.
Yeah,
Can you imagine doing that, Mom? When you had
Oh.
5 kids
no way, no way.
going to 3 different schools?
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the things about Fisher School that Milo's going to is the parents understand that they have to drive drive their kids to school and pick them up in the afternoon. So you have to have a flexible work schedule, which Amy does. You know,
And a good car. Yeah.
a good car and a flexible schedule. And sometimes Warren does it if he's off on one of those days, because he's got the crazy schedule.
So he would be at the school for the next for 3 years.
3 years. Yeah,
Well, it sounds good.
Yeah,
I know. It does sound good. It does sound really good. They're having a little problem with Ellie in preschool. I mean, 3K, you got to apply for that too. There's a long list, and Amy got her into 3K, so she's in that.
What's
She's
3K?
She's only
What is-
3. It's basically like daycare, but they are trying to teach them things.
Okay.
It's public school. It's pre-K, 3 pre-K. Like they have 4 pre-K where you're 4 years old and that's before kindergarten.
Oh,
It's 3 pre-K, so they can go when they're in 3rd grade and in 4th grade, and it's free, and it's at the elementary school. And they're having. I mean, she just started last week, and the teacher did tell Amy that they're having a hard time getting her to sit still for story time.
mm.
He's like, yeah, yeah, because we don't do that at home because we try, but she doesn't really care about that, and she's on the move all the time, and she gets into things.
Mm.
So Milo was not like that. So Ellie is a different child than Amy had with Milo.
Uh,
So
huh.
we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah. Mom, how's your hip feeling today?
oh, it's okay. It's
oh, good.
for about a week there, it was bothering me, but then it gradually went away and it's been fine.
Okay.
I have that too. As a matter of fact, my right knee is bothering me today on the back of my knee. But we went to this party last night. These friends of ours had their 50th wedding anniversary and they had a big party. And it was really great food, and they had a band, and there was dancing and everything. So we did some dancing, and I think I kind of overdid it.
Oh, where was it? It was in their home or someplace else?
No, it was in this big meeting room with real tall ceilings right behind the Tryon Fine Arts Center. It's their big pavilion. So it was really nice. And oh, look at that car. That looks like Back to the Future car, Joanne.
Oh, I don't know, we're seeing the same thing. I think mine's might be a little delayed.
Oh,
I'm looking at a red
yeah,
car.
sorry, I got distracted by that. But yeah, it was a really fun party. They had we got in line for food for the appetizers, and I thought that was the meal. It was so amazing. Then we saw, oh, there's all these chafing dishes over there. Oh yeah, that's the main meal. And they had beef tenderloin and that whole giant salmon fillet and chicken,
Yeah.
potatoes and green beans and Caesar salad and so much food. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
And they had a really good band, and it was funny. I mean, they're older like us, but this band, it was an older guy, but he was just jumping around and dancing, and he went behind this little partition they had set up, and he put on a Elvis wig and a flashy jacket and did an Elvis impersonation, and
Oh man.
it was a pretty good party. They really planned it out, And then the husband and wife went behind that partition and they put costumes on and they came out and they sang that Sonny and Cher song, I've Got You, Babe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Cher's part, he had on she had a long wig on. I mean, these two are a hoot.
Mm.
And they're like 2 years younger than me. So I was like, you've been married 50 years? How old were you when you got married? And she was 16 and he was 19. They dated in high school and got married right after high school. And
Wow.
all this time.
Wow.
Yeah, they're fun people. But
Mom, do you have any appointments coming up this week or
Mm,
anything fun? Any parties to go to?
yeah,
no, I don't think I do this week. The week after, though, I have 2 appointments.
Oh,
My primary care doctor, and then the next day is the cardiology
oh,
checkup. So Pat's gonna
Okay.
take me to both of those.
okay, good.
nice. How do your eyes feel, Mom?
Terrible.
Really?
My eyes are a big problem.
Do they feel like they have grit in your eyes?
Oh, well, sometimes, but not all the time. But
So it's the seeing part.
just that straining to see,
Oh,
Okay.
I can't see very well.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
I'm so sorry about that. That
It-
sounds,
it's, all my waking time is, that's a problem.
oh,
Hmm.
I hate it, but I gotta get used to it, so.
oh, I hate that
It's
for
not gonna
you.
get better, it's only gonna get worse, so.
Do you use reading glasses at all or not?
No, they don't really help. I use a magnifying glass. Like
Okay.
to do my crossword puzzles, I use a magnifying glass and
Can you see on the Kindle okay?
yeah, I can read on the Kindle because I enlarged the print.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, at least you got that, you
Well,
know?
I want to ask you, you both have Keurig coffee makers, right?
Yeah, I do.
Do you do the descaling with vinegar or with their descaling solution or what?
I just use vinegar.
You know,
I sometimes press the on button for Curtis before he gets up. I don't do anything else with it. So I have no idea.
Well, what you do is you just take the,
well, I used to do
yeah,
with the vinegar with the other machines, but this machine, which I got almost a year ago, it's got a special with a row of lights, for different size cups and everything.
right, yeah.
And when
You
to
have a
add
bigger one.
water, there's another light that says time to descale. And that light
Oh,
comes on all the time.
Well, you can use the vinegar. You can run vinegar through it in water and then flush it with regular water. I think that's
Yeah.
just as
Well,
well.
I did order the one bottle of
Uh-huh.
descaling solution, which is good for 2 uses of, because you
yeah.
use a half bottle at a time.
Yeah.
How often does it tell you you need to
Well,
do that?
they say to do it every 3 months. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
We don't really see. I make a whole pot of coffee every
Yeah.
morning, and that's what we drink. But if we want something, another cup, or in the middle of the afternoon, I want a cup of coffee, we use the Keurig.
Mhm.
Sometimes Dominic will make decaf in the evening, but that's usually in the winter. So we don't really use our Keurig every day.
Mhm.
Curtis
So-
uses it every morning and he makes one big mug full, puts it in a insulated glass
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But just uses it once a day. Mom, it seems like you've had the worst luck with your coffee makers.
I
'Cause we've
know,
had the same
I've
one
been
for
through
years.
about 4 of these. I think this is my 4th Keurig.
Mom, do you use, when you put water in it, do you use water, filtered water?
Yes, from
Okay.
the bigger pitcher,
From
not
the
from the
pitcher, yeah, not from the tap.
faucet.
Right.
No.
Well, we just got
I get that.
we just got a new Keurig a few months ago, so I haven't cleaned it yet. But mine doesn't have the warning light that comes on like yours does. Mine is just a single cup. It's called the single cup Keurig.
Mhm.
It's just you put water in for 1 cup at a time. It doesn't have a storage unit, storage compartment. Like Ashley has one that's much bigger, and you can put enough water in there for like 4 cups.
Oh, mine would only hold enough for 2 cups.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they make so many different sizes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
I use ours every
Oh,
day.
that's so frustrating, Mom. Jeez.
Well, clean it. I guess ordered the descaling stuff. I mean, it's probably not too expensive.
Well, I was, you know, according to this machine with the instructions that came with, they don't talk about using vinegar. They want you to buy their
Sure.
Well, yeah.
But last night I was looking around through the about the Keurig stuff on the Kindle, and I ran across this video that shows how to do it using vinegar, and it tells you,
Mhm.
you know, step by step how to do it.
That's what I do.
You know,
Yeah.
but
Vinegar is great,
oh yeah,
you know, but I think you could do that. I mean, safely. I mean, how do you know? You know, it's like you can't look in the machine and see if it's one's better than the other, but I think it's pretty popular for people to use vinegar.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and that's all they recommended when these Keurigs first came out.
And
It was
vinegar is pretty cheap.
just
Yeah.
recently they want you to buy their solutions.
Oh, yeah, they
And
Way,
do.
not a way to make money.
yeah,
Right.
it's like $7 or $8 for the bottle of
Mm.
solution, which is
Right.
for 2 descalings.
That's a lot
Right.
more expensive than vinegar.
Yeah.
But and then I saw in this same um, page, they have these things that you can buy to clean out where you put the pod, you know, where you
Hmm.
to clean that. That's ridiculous.
Well, I have looked up, how you pop that out. It can get clogged up. My
Yeah,
other
you can
Keurig,
take it out and rinse it.
put it back in again,
Mhm.
but you don't. Yeah.
You don't need to buy a pod to use for cleaning that.
No.
Ridiculous.
Carlos doesn't buy those pods. He's got this little mesh cup thing that he
I've got
puts
one
in
of those.
there.
Oh,
Mhm.
he uses regular coffee.
He puts his
Reusable.
regular coffee in there, and so
Mhm.
he doesn't use those cups. So he
Right.
doesn't
We
have.
have one too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
I
like a
have one
pod,
of
but
those, but
it's reusable, and you can put your own coffee in it. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. We've got one of those too.
Mm.
Because, it's just good for the environment to do that.
Less waste.
Right. And those things are not cheap either,
Yeah.
those pods.
Well, I thought we'd have just a short visit today, but here we are, an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, I know. And I recorded it.
Okay.
Are you gonna send it to the
Yes.
other two?
I'll send it out to everybody. Yeah, I'll send it because Pat, I know, is up there.
Mhm.
And she tried to send us some pictures. I don't know. I took
She
a
did. She did send a couple of photos.
come through. Okay, they didn't look like they were coming through too fast. I'll have to look at that and see. Oh yeah, there is a couple pictures. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Well, send me the pictures, because she doesn't send them to me.
I'll send them out to you, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a back porch and you can see the lake. And I think that is, yeah, it is. And the beach.
Yeah.
And yeah. And a
Oh,
picture.
I'd like to go, I want to end it and go
Yeah,
eat my
yeah.
dinner.
yeah, me too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay,
Car show still going on.
it is still
Goes
going
on for
on.
hours.
Oh, the cars are just gorgeous though. I mean, they really
Amazing.
so unique. I mean, they all should win in my opinion.
Well, you have to get invited to attend this car show.
Oh,
You have to
I know.
have an invitation. You have to have a history at other car shows to get invited to this. It's like
wow,
the Olympics, you know, you got to have a
Olympics
record,
of car
you got to have
shows.
statistics that can get you into this. So
Yeah.
just being invited to show there, there's 210 cars there, but just being invited to show your car there is an honor. Like you went to, you were invited to go to the Olympics. That's that's an award right there.
It is that you are actually qualified and
Right.
qualifying for the Olympics. Absolutely. I know.
Okay. Well, what's for
Okay,
dinner,
have a
Mom?
good week, everybody.
Yep. You have a good
Okay.
week too, Mom. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Okay, now, uh, go over this again about turning
Oh,
the
yeah.
computer off.
oh,
Well,
okay.
you want to log out of the Zoom. Janet, you can go over the steps with her, but Mom, you should like
Yeah.
log out of your email and then shut down, right?
Right. Well, no, because she has a quick start on her.
Oh,
She's got a quick start on her email, so you don't have to log out of that.
oh,
So I click on this window.
Yeah, you on the lower left-hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
do a left hand,
Yeah,
a left
Okay.
click, and then this menu comes up.
yeah,
See that menu and see where it says shut down. And then maybe another little menu, if you put your mouse on that, another menu will pop up that will give you the option to shut down.
like shut down or restart, maybe.
Yeah, but I want her to shut it down because
Right.
then
it's got a long, I'm scrolling down, it's so long,
down near the bottom, it should say
on and on.
shut down or sign out.
Oh, it just goes on and on.
That's weird.
No, the whole thing on my computer, the whole thing, there's maybe 15 items on it, but it's
Oh, this is, at least 50 items.
what?
Mine isn't like that.
Did you do a right click? A right click on your mouse, not the normal button.
Oh, I think I did a left click.
Oh yeah, so it's going to show all your programs. Okay, so just
Oh, gotta go back.
yeah, click anywhere to make that screen go away, and then on that window icon, do a right click, and it should be a shorter list.
Okay, now let me see again.
I haven't seen the best of show yet.
Shut down or sign out.
Right. Put
There
your
you
put your
go.
mouse on that, and then
The
another.
left or right click.
You don't even click. Just put your mouth on those words that say shut down,
Yeah,
and there's another little screen pop open.
yeah, sign out or sleep or shut down.
Shut down. That's what you want. Okay, she did it.
Thanks, Sharon. Okay, have a good week.
You too. Take care.
Okay.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.